Greetings to the Black Chamber and all the Gala guests. It's an honor to be with you virtually from Washington, D.C. Sorry I can't be there with you in person, but thankful to be invited to participate in this tribute to Mr. Herb Crosby. Herb Crosby touched a lot of people in the community, in that community there, y'all, New Mexico, Albuquerque, that I admire. And every time I had a chance to be in his presence, he always had a kind word and a smile for me. So it's an honor to hold up someone who held up others. And I want to give my love to the family, the Crosby family, because they helped contribute to the writing of this poem. So the only thing you need to know is two things. You need to know Mr. Herb Crosby. That'll make this poem hit different. And then the line in the end where I talk about straight out of Marshall. That's because Mr. Crosby is from Marshall, Texas, and there's a reference to one James Marshall Hendricks. If you know who he is, he used to play the guitar. So I hope you enjoy. The poem is titled Feed Black. Feed Black is an unignorably pitched, sustained tone that occurs when an amplified sound from a loudspeaker is picked up by a microphone and re-amplified. This creates a positive feedback loop that can be disturbing and damage equipment if left unaddressed. He was no loudspeaker, not the bigger bark than bite breed, a better brand. A better man is now even harder to find. Leaving us, the sunchild, sunflower-crowned, windscreen, dimpled, microphone-browed, amplifying the brown of his, say it louder, with a whisper. In this world of call-out culture, he was cut from the kind of cloth that would pull you aside. Cut from the kente cloth that would fill you with pride. Leave a conversation with Crosby smelling so fine that if secondhand perfumery was a crime, one heart-to-heart handshake with Herb would be the holiest of indictments. Herb was that coming to America type, like, if loving God is wrong, I don't want to be right? Like a little less fed up and a little more feedback, like a little less being out front and a little more leading from the back. At all the tables you never see us at, where they say things like, we have no business being black. Herb wouldn't overreact, but he'd certainly like a word. Herb knew how to disturb in a way that did not destroy. I guess one could say he knew how to pitch a no-hitter, how to make melody out of all the noise, showed us how to guitar solo the discord while unapologetically wearing our African eardrums on our sleeves, knowing we, as a people, would be worse for wear if left unaddressed. Made a career out of being absolutely certain that when we said we were giving our best, that it was our best. Mr. Crosby, a professional gentleman, a professor of gentlemen, occasional dean. Please believe that when his lifetime on TV, the one thing you know they absolutely gonna need is a strong black male lead. I'm talking about that black bond action, that hero's hero haberdashery, that international man of history from West Africa to Washington, D.C. Dear black community, what a friend we had in Herb Crosby. Taught us that wealth is more than wages, it is worth. Taught us that success is more than recognition, it is work. That kindness is a spiritual currency. That listening is a form of win-win therapy. That being in the black is always the goal of every for-profit entity that wishes to make the green. The village cheerleader masterminding the financing of our dreams behind the scenes. And as far as feedback, Herb might as well have been the Hendrix of helping others. There's an Aiken proverb that goes, nobody knows the beginnings of a great man. And as much as that makes perfect sound sense, I am willing to bet that there is a compelling amount of evidence to suggest that there is a suspicious amount of great men and women who have had a Herb Crosby in their past, still hungry for that straight out of Marshall feedback, that soul food when we are hungry feedback, that soul full when we was hungry. Feed black.